Christmas Eve, brother.
Yeah, should we do that? Should we date things?
Well, it's Christmas Eve. You can always cut it out.
That's true. You know what they should bring back for Christmas? Charging by the minute on cell phones.
This shit is not working for me. It's like
What's the matter?
gravity is making it drift.
What is your mic?
Charging by the minute for cell phones.
Yes.
Why?
Fuck this unlimited minute thing. Because every fucking mouth breather is on their phone all the time.
Okay.
I went to the store today. People are FaceTiming, looking at bread. Why? Why? There's no
'Cause they
need
can.
for it. There's no need for it.
They've been doing that since the beginning. Remember when they had those Nextel
Yeah.
awful walkie-talkies? People would be in Blockbuster, like, "Oh, you want to see a Kevin Costner movie?"
Yeah.
And be like, from the
Exactly.
other end. Yeah.
Or like a guy's
The
delivering
chirp.
your stuff and they're just talking on the phone. It's like, get off the phone. Everybody's got their earpieces in, like they're in the government. Charge by the minute. Let's end this shit. We don't need it.
You know,
There's not a need for it.
I hope that people are watching this on their cell phones. So
Yeah, right. But no, they're watching it. They're not talking to somebody. You're occupying your time by doing something. I get it. But is it just you're afraid to be alone? Afraid to walk through a store by yourself with no people? You know, like you can't go buy toothpaste without talking to your mom? And you're 50?
two birds. It's killing two birds with one stone.
Yeah, but you're not, because then you're going to be on the phone in the car. Then you're going to be on the phone while you're wrapped around a
Some
telephone
people
pole.
like to fucking yap.
Like this? Yeah,
Like
but
this.
Yeah, but we're not on a phone. We're not looking at buying apricots. Apricots? Whatever.
How do you say that?
I don't know. That's why I said apricots. Is that more fancy than? Well, no. I guess apricots would be more.
Opera.
Apricots.
Fucking mezzo-sopranos over here.
Listen. So I don't know.
Get out of here.
I just feel like if we bring back some those charges, people might not be talking so much. Maybe they'll interact with the people around them.
Yeah, it's
You're-
not gonna happen.
That puts you in your bubble.
That company would go out of business so fast.
Nah.
People like free shit.
What if we accidentally, like a rolling blackout, just shut down satellites for 15-minute intervals randomly every day? Like, so you don't know what time it's going to be at.
Okay.
So you'll be on the phone, but
You know what would be awesome if they could build a shield around the world and cut off the sunlight at certain hours.
sounds.
Just force you into your home.
Isn't that when they make a movie about a TV show about that?
Did they?
Where they put a big dome over everybody?
Well, maybe. But they did that to blot out the sun
No, I think they
to
just
make it
keep
night so everybody
people.
fucking stayed in.
But I think they control. I don't know if they controlled the outside lighting. You know what I mean? Obviously, they controlled the weather, like they do now.
Of course.
That's right.
The seating and
Seating.
trails. And, yeah.
Do you believe that?
Trails, chemtrails?
Yeah. Do you think they're seeding? What are they seeding?
No, they ain't seeing shit.
But this is what they say they're doing.
What, way the fuck up there?
Right. What do you think they're doing up there? You don't think they're just dropping blue ice or whatever?
It's just, it's the heat.
I thought
The engines
I thought they were dropping blue ice,
mixed with condensation.
and they were just dropping their shit and their piss out before they land, like
Right?
an RV.
That's what it is?
Right.
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
Get hit with a yellow chunk?
It happened.
Really?
I think it was Dave Matthews Band. It was either the
Because
bus.
he had that fucking song Yellow. He brought it on himself.
Maybe.
That's to see.
I thought there was a
Be
story.
careful what you put out into the universe because you might get a piss chunk
That's
whipped
right.
at you.
Or at least get charged with throwing a piss chunk at somebody.
They got charged.
Well, I don't know if charged is the right word, but I think somebody got hurt or in an accident because...
Did they sue the airline?
or Dave
for piss
Matthews.
chunks?
I don't know who they sued. If they sued anybody.
Wait, it was Dave Matthews' private jet?
I don't know if it was a tour jet or a tour bus, but somebody ejected the blue ice.
It's a little different if it's the bus.
Is it? Well, I mean, it
Yeah.
could bounce off. I mean,
Yeah.
you know how cold it would be, I guess, to have your liquid
Yeah, if you
come
got
out
a
of a
handful
camper
of-
and boom, bounce into your car.
If you got a mayonnaise jar full of piss and you whip it out a bus window, that's a little different than the ejector thing in a jet
Right. But,
30,000 feet up.
well, do you think it's that high up they dump it? You don't think they dump it closer on the way in? You know, like a quick little fart as they're going for a landing, they just, right over the turnpike, just,
I would think no.
I don't know how it works.
I don't know.
I'm not an engineer or a pilot, but hey, this all ties in a bunch of shit I have. Yeah, do you know what the fucking Nazca lines are? Do you know what they are?
Nazca lines.
In Peru?
Yes and no. It's like a formation in the land, right?
Right, but you can only see it from so high up to see
Right.
the shapes and the images.
Right.
They found more. That's the thing I was reading. They found
Okay.
more. You believe that? Like aliens?
Well, it's caused by Dave Matthews' piss, of course. He burnt it right into the
Laser piss.
ground. Yes.
I mean, I don't know. They should probably ask them, but just to make sure.
Yeah, were you flying by?
But I mean, do you think there's aliens?
No.
Like, why did they make them? How did they make them? How did they make them so good that you can only see them that high up?
It's practice, man. It's practice. So you got a new. How do you spell that shit? N-A-S-C-A?
I think it's Nazca.
N-A-Z.
Yeah, Nazca.
Nazca lines?
Yeah.
Let me see if I can find a picture of this shit. So I can see exactly what you're talking about.
Those things.
Oh, it looks like a bird.
A spider. But how did they do it? Without a grid? You know what I mean? Like,
The same way they do murals. They don't draw that shit out. They just figure it out mathematically.
but they're savages.
But they're savages.
They don't have math yet.
Sure they do. Maths have been around forever. How did they make this? This is what I want to know.
That could be a road. They just took a shot to dig
And
in.
then they look. You could see the road, and then they just came in with the tractor here.
But they didn't have a tractor. You're talking about the Aztecs or the Incas or whatever was in Peru at the time.
I want to know is how they made it white. What they do?
Exactly. Aliens, right?
Maybe this is all the coquina.
Maybe. Or maybe they were all hopped up on the cocaine and then they just
They're
kept
like,
moving.
let's start making ants in the ground.
Right, but
Giant ants.
they found more of these things. So they're uncovering them. But I don't understand how they made them. I can't figure out how they made them.
If you were an alien, why would you draw an ant in the ground?
Maybe that was.
Or this stupid fucking Tweety bird looking thing here.
But maybe that's how they got here. Maybe they got here on a fork bird.
That's 100% Tweety. Why has he got 5 fingers on one and 4 on the other? See, they suck. They're not even good at this.
I don't know.
I'm saying they need to.
But look at
work
the
this shit out.
dinosaur.
What were we talking about here?
Over one.
This one?
Yeah. It looks like a dinosaur.
I don't think this
Or is it a
real.
chicken? Is it a bird?
Chicken bird? Well,
Looks like a
dinosaurs
dinosaur.
are birds, right?
Right. But that looks like a dinosaur. Were there dinosaurs in Peru? I guess so.
Sure, I would think.
I don't know.
Yeah, they're near the equator. Didn't they like it hot?
Yeah. Some like it, huh? Isn't that Robert Palmer?
But don't they find a lot of stuff in Montana and South Dakota, I believe, as far as bones go, so maybe not.
But those are. Yeah,
But it was colder back.
It's warmer. It's warmer, right? Do we have an ice age?
Yeah, that was later.
Right. But, so you don't think there's
That's-
aliens or ghosts? Do you think there's ghosts?
Ghosts? No.
I don't believe there's ghosts until my mom died. I still don't think there's ghosts. I think there's energy manifestations.
Isn't that the same thing?
I don't know. When I think of ghosts, you think of the sheet.
You
walking
mean you
across the room.
can't see the actual form?
Right.
It's like not in a human
I
form.
just, lights flicker.
Okay.
Pulses. Energy pulses. Like if I'm.
All around you?
No, not at all. No, if I come in raging, like I come in, it's a song or something. What is that? If I come in my house raging
Uh-huh.
and I turn on, let's say my kitchen light,
Yeah.
it start flickering until I look at that light and say stop, and it stops. And I got witness to that.
Okay.
But
Is
I
that
don't.
your partner in crime?
Yes, Lisa. We'll say Lisa.
Your wife?
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's seen it.
Okay.
She seen me yell at a light bulb because I'm an asshole. So I yelled at a light bulb, and it stopped. Now, is it just this booming, operatic, beautiful voice that stopped it? the vibration of the filament, or is something manifesting in it?
I think while you were out one night, Lisa put in a different version of the clapper, and she's fucking with you.
The voicer?
The voicer. Yes.
Well, I guess it could be worse. You could bring other clap home that I don't want to know about. Point being, though, I don't know. I don't believe there's ghosts like the white sheet wandering across.
Right.
Or you see like a kid, like you watch those stupid things on YouTube.
Two girls in front of an elevator door.
Yeah, saying to play with me. Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't buy that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't buy that. I mean, like,
Do
I
you
don't.
talk with your finger?
Yeah.
Red rum?
I don't know. Yeah. I don't know. I don't believe in that, but there's got to be energy somewhere, right? You think he's just dead? It's over?
Worm food?
Yeah, that's it.
Pretty much, yeah.
Then why are we putting them in boxes?
I don't know.
That I never understand.
Just somebody thought it up.
And it's a good
and,
idea.
Yeah, we'll make some cash out of this.
Well.
Well, wasn't it just for royalty back in the day, right?
Right.
Because they felt that they would live on forever, and everybody else was whatever.
Right. Well,
Just throw them in the sand.
right. But they did have people in those pyramids too, right? Like living. Then they leave people inside too to die.
To
in
die
there?
with them?
Yeah.
Sure.
They had servants in the afterlife or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they don't put them in a box, obviously. They did. They put them in
They're servants. They
a
don't-
crypt. No, I mean the dead guy, the main guy. Put him in a crypt.
Coffin?
What was it?
Sarcophagus?
Sarcophagus.
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 Yeah.
So they put him in there. I mean, but like, why did we keep dumbing it down? Why are we in a box now, like a cardboard box? Or
Because
Whatever.
temples are expensive to build.
yeah, I guess you got to be pretty important to get a temple.
Yeah. You can't
Right.
just order that online.
You can
Because
order
you
a
need it.
kiss coffin. You can get that online. You can order one of those.
Kiss coffin?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Signed?
I'm sure if you pay enough, they'll sign anything. Gene Simmons will sign anything. But I mean, so they throw you in the ground, they bury you. You don't think fucking sheet comes up and just wanders around, or like if the person dies in a certain spot, that
Well, if
energy
we go-
stays there.
If we go by your original statement, so you die, they throw you in the ground, and you sneak into the electrical system and you pop in people's light bulbs.
See, that's the thing. I don't know. See, my mom when she died in a center. So,
Okay.
but did I bring the energy with me? Did she jump in my cell phone? Or
I see what you're saying.
and then it manifests itself like, like the old devil and angel on your shoulder. It just manifests itself like, hey, you're acting like an ass. Let me let you know you're acting like an ass, or you're doing something weird, or
Mhm.
whatever. I don't know, but
Maybe you just have a
happens.
very touchy house.
But I never did until she died.
So maybe it's the house that is emotional. But the house is in mourning.
Like,
Maybe you need to burn some sage
Yeah.
or something like that.
Yeah.
You have any crystals?
yeah, I'll rub some crystals all over me. That'll cleanse me. I mean, I don't know. I'm just saying. I mean,
Oh,
there's
I'm saying.
it could be. I mean, look, ghosts. You got aliens. You don't believe in anything.
I don't.
It just
I don't believe in shit.
he's like a mannequin with a heartbeat.
I'm if I can't see it or touch it, it doesn't happen. It doesn't exist.
I mean, I could see that. I used to work with a guy who lived in a weird New Jersey site. Like the site was on his
Right.
property, and he's like, I didn't see nothing. I go see a bunch of assholes running on my lawn. He goes trying to find this stuff, but I don't. He goes,
Oh, so the magazine Weird New Jersey did a little article on this piece of property saying it had whatever
Yeah.
happened there.
these
or-
two young lovers met at a wall.
Okay.
It was behind us. I think that's. I don't know if the story's true. I'll never know if it's true, or whatever. If the story's even correct, it could be just they fell down a hill. I don't know.
Okay.
But he said these people come
Did they die at that spot?
here or something, and so they meet.
Wouldn't it be fucked up if they like two met at the corner and smashed their faces and died instantly?
Right, like Romeo and Juliet,
Should have.
sort of.
They should have. It would have been a better story.
Right. Well, I don't make up those stories, but so you have every person coming to your lawn to look at. All right,
This spot where these
Yeah.
people supposedly died.
looking for these ghosts. I mean, what the hell?
So the ghosts are supposed to show up every once in a while.
Sure.
Okay.
I don't know. He's like, he told me he was hoping mountain lions would show up to eat people.
The
He's like,
lookers on.
yeah, he was
Yeah.
hoping there'd be more ghosts. But it was like, but people believe it. A crazy amount of people believe in ghosts. Like, look at those stupid shows that are on all the time.
Yeah. You just need a green light and did you hear that?
Yeah.
Did you hear that?
Yeah, that's because
Yeah.
Or they have the stupid speaking spells where the guy's yelling at a ghost.
Right.
Tell me something. It's like evil. Yeah, that's something.
The lights are flickering.
Fuck you.
I think you just have bad bulbs.
Bad balls?
Bulbs.
Oh, bulbs.
Yeah. Maybe you got a short
I
in
might.
your house.
No, there's something short. But now, like that show, then they make the guys like, listen, you hear it? They keep rewinding the tape. Doesn't that say, blow me? Listen.
Right.
Blow. And you're like, what? And then they
Yeah.
put the words in so they keep forcing you to hear it.
Yeah, of course.
It's like, come on. It's snake
Right.
oil. What are you doing?
It's like playing the records backwards.
Yeah.
Doesn't it say join us?
Yeah. This is a bunch of horse shit.
Sounds like a bunch of shit to me.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. There's a lot of people that believe that, but why do they believe it? Was it ever true? I don't know. I mean, do you think ghosts stopped existing? They were at one time, or just
I
people
think
want to
people
believe
just
it?
don't. I think they want to believe it. I think they don't want to.
Have an
things to-
ordinary life.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
I
Things
guess.
to just be over.
I guess if you're a ghost hunter, that makes you extraordinary.
Yeah, if you could find something that nobody's ever found, that's pretty extraordinary.
Right. But they still haven't found it. Like the Bigfoot guys and the
You know what their problem is they don't have that Ghostbusters gadget.
right, the thing to suck it in.
Yes.
Then you'll have proof. You
Yeah.
let it like what's his name, DeGrasse
A ghost,
Tyson.
ghosts can get really fucking tiny.
Yeah.
They could be giant and then they fit in that little shoebox.
Really suck them in. You take all the air out of them. You compress them. Like it's like a vacuum seal.
Yeah, I guess they wouldn't have much mass, right?
No.
If they're ethereal.
Right.
All right.
So
So
But they haven't
as soon
invented
as somebody
that yet.
develops that,
right,
then all those ghost shows will be on point.
right, and then as like I said, DeGrasse Tyson says, you take them out to the town square, and you show everybody like the alien. You find an alien, you get them.
Yeah.
You drag them to the center of town, and you show everybody.
Yeah.
So he's
And then the town disappears the next day.
right.
Bunch of black SUVs show
That's
up.
right. Black helicopters come in.
And they get that little pen.
Yeah, you forget what happened, or they just I don't know, because I don't watch those stupid children's cartoon superhero things.
Like,
I don't know, Superman and all that horse shit.
oh, okay.
It's stupid. But they had some show on where the whole town.
Stupid Man?
Yeah, that's what they should name it.
All right.
Batman. Garbage. You're an adult. Stop it. That's good if you're 6, 8.
Right.
You're an adult and you get upset when someone's like, hey, did you see the end of the Batman? Go shit. Stop. Stop it.
But you don't find them entertaining at all?
No, not at all.
No. It's just stupid.
Yeah, I
Okay.
think so. What, you like those movies?
I liked comics as a kid, so
Right.
I like it. I don't believe they're real.
No, well, I hope not.
No.
Well, this is gonna be a whole nother show.
This will soon be padded.
Yeah, I'll be talking through the glass.
Yeah.
But
it won't be the trooper Eddie. It'll be me and the fucking peace of mind.
But I don't like them. Doesn't interest me. But there was one where the whole town was like sealed off like that. You know, all the super people get their own little
Okay.
town or what. I don't know. Lisa was watching it on Netflix. It made no, or I don't know, whatever channel. It didn't make any sense to me.
Oh, was it the Boys or something? That one? I don't know. There's so many. Who
I
the
don't
fuck
know.
knows?
Yeah, I mean, were there that many? If you liked comic books, there that many superheroes when there were comic books?
Well, there's different comic book manufacturers, so they all had their own
Of course,
crew.
right. But
You know, so
are any of these? I guess the point
excuse
being,
me.
it's the duck on the thing on the search engine. Did are any of these superheroes new? Or are they just the old ones from the 50s, 60s, 70s, whatever? They're just still going through.
As far as I know, they're the old ones.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Doesn't
don't
make any
know.
sense.
I mean, I haven't read an actual comic book in
Right.
fucking 40 years.
Well,
So-
don't think your kids like them or no?
No.
Okay.
No, it's reading.
Smart kids.
They don't read.
No, I meant the
Kids
movies.
don't read.
But do they watch the movies?
They watch the
And
movies.
they like
Sure.
them? They find them good?
Or
entertaining is
Yeah,
it?
they like. They like shit that I wouldn't like.
Right.
Like I'm not saying my kids in general, but other kids that I've seen, they like Spider-Man, and I have to say Spider-Man's like a real kind of a wuss of a superhero, in my
You
opinion.
think so? Well, I
Yeah.
mean, he's webbing people, throwing ropes or whatever.
I mean, the dude who plays him,
Right.
he's like a whiny teenager dude.
Wasn't that the premise?
Yeah, I don't like it. Yeah,
I thought that was the
Yeah.
whole thing.
yeah.
I don't think you want a big jacked spider, a big tough guy spider.
Why not? Like Venom.
All right, well, here. See, this is the weird thing. Well, that's the only thing I know about that stuff is that they create, what, universe?
Okay.
Or what do they call it? I don't know what they call it. Where it could be 17 different Spider-Mans in one time.
Oh, multiverse.
There you go.
Yeah, yeah.
So that means you can just do whatever you want anyway? That doesn't really...
They run out of stories to tell. You
Snake
gotta-
oil.
Yes.
Skew selling the sausage. They'll find the marks.
Well, it's not supposed to be a documentary.
Well, isn't it though?
It's-
You're retelling a story from the 50s. It's a documentary about... Aren't they documentaries? Like, how
Yeah.
did Spider-Man become Spider-Man? They give you his whole story.
it's like a novel. It's bullshit. It's made up.
Right, it's made up.
But that's a documentary. It's nonfiction. It's different.
But what I'm saying though is that it's a documentary based on fiction that came out in print. So now
Mhm.
we're going to retell it in moving pictures.
Sure.
I don't know. Like I said, I don't watch them, so it doesn't interest me. I turn them off. I don't give a shit about a grown man flying. Who cares? Because it can't happen.
It'd be great if it could, though.
Oh, sure.
I think that's the attraction. Is people want to be more than they are.
they want
You
to
know what I mean?
believe. Like Ghost Hunters.
Hmm.
You want to be extraordinary.
Everybody wants to be extraordinary.
When they just, if you believe, like, people believe there's a higher power, right? Whether it's God, Mother Nature, whatever.
Right.
But
Aliens.
right. But
Right.
they never think to believe that maybe this higher power made you ordinary. You know what I mean? There's got to be some pawns on the chessboard.
Nobody wants to be a pawn. That's
Right.
the thing. Everybody's,
Right. There's some,
king and a queen.
right. That they got to learn, though. People have to
They gotta learn. You gotta teach these fools.
People got to learn that maybe your lot in life is to dig that hole, and that's it.
The world needs ditch diggers too,
That's right.
Jenny.
Come on my lawn, Danny. But that's what I mean. So you think superhero movies give people false hope? Like one day I'm going to get bitten by a spider
No,
and
I
look
think,
out world?
I think the attraction when you're a kid is that there's, something bigger than actual life. It's fantasy,
Right.
right? Just like aliens and ghosts. It's all fantasy. So
To some. But there's a line there. Some people believe aliens are real.
I'm sure some people believe superheroes are real too.
You think, well, no, those are the guys we need to get in this room.
Okay. If we could find somebody who actually believed they were a superhero, I would love to interview that person.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That'd be amazing.
I mean, I'd have to be standing by with a machete just in case.
Right.
I had to take that motherfucker out. But
But that would be a nice blast from the past, beating the hell out of somebody for questionable reasons.
boot party. Yeah. Just to be in a room with somebody that wacky must be pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Must be a serious experience.
Right. But like the odd thing is like you said, people believe that you want to be extraordinary. There's extraordinary things could happen. This guy can laser beam his eyeballs and kill something, whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
But like ghosts and aliens, they think are like this thing. Okay, they can come here, hang out with you. I mean, alien movies never end well. It's never like except for what, the Great Gazoo, maybe. I don't know what alien is ever nice.
Didn't he fuck with everybody anyway?
Yeah,
Gazoo?
yeah, he was more mischievous.
Yes.
but they
yeah,
weren't.
yeah.
But like you watch Alien and
He
The
was like
Thing,
he was
or-
like like an elf kind of.
right. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a prankster.
Yeah.
Whereas like most other aliens are mean. They never come. Like even Mars Attacks, they were still jerk offs.
Right.
So
But if they were all buddy buddy, where's the movie?
But if it's real life,
Like even what was that show where they had they sort of integrated with our society, and some of them became cops, and the whole thing was about the first alien cop. He was with James Caan, I believe.
Invasion of the Body Snatchers? No,
No.
that wasn't. That was manufactured
V.
people.
Was it called V?
I don't know.
Shit.
Well, it's something to look up.
All right, I'm gonna get off your Nazca line.
Well, because you obviously don't care about aliens, but here we are looking at aliens. But like those things are supposed to be real. Superheroes are supposed to be fake. Ghosts you can't put in your pocket.
Fucking can't see what I'm writing.
So like, I don't know. I don't know where it all lies. Where the truth lies.
There is no truth.
Probably not. We pretend it's truthful.
Jeez, could the ad for Cheetos be any bigger?
Mandy Patinkin.
Yeah, he played the alien.
He did?
Yeah.
Alien Nation.
See, Alien Nation.
And it's from San Francisco. I'll buy that. But that does
Sam Francisco was his character's name.
really?
Yeah.
San Francisco.
Because they're supposed to be all weird. There you go, James Caan, right?
All right, so now
Very close.
but that doesn't. What you called it V or something? You had a whole.
Well, there's another one called V. So he became. Look, there you go.
I'm watching this
They
little.
have come to Earth to live among us. Blah blah blah. So the whole thing is, Sam Francisco becomes the first cop. Like
Okay.
they're integrating into society, and then of course there's some bad ones that they have to take out and all that shit.
Right.
Yeah. But yeah. I mean, so there are some good aliens.
You think that's happening now?
No.
You don't think they walk
Like the
among
lizard
us?
people.
Well, or like there was a show Lisa watched, Eureka. I'm not sure if that was it. It was like up in Washington State, where the guy was a doctor, but he was really an alien, and he was kind of a mean alien. I don't know if he was mean. I think he was just trying to live his life.
Right.
But no
Just
one,
trying to get
but
back.
no one could see him except for one kid, because the
Yeah.
kid would keep getting freaked out by him because
Yeah.
he could see him as an alien. Everybody saw him as this regular doctor dude, but he was tough and kind of strength, and he was, he's an alien.
Hold that thought.
Okay.
Pause that shit.
Like what was it, Jetsons or some of those shows was like 2022 or something was the future.
Yeah.
You know,
It's because they were done in the 60s.
yeah, like we were supposed to be so far advanced.
Yeah, we didn't get the cars, the flying cars, or any of
I
that
didn't get
shit.
anything in the future.
No.
I think even like some of the stuff, all those futurists were predicting, nothing came true.
You mean besides what? Besides the flying cars? Like what else?
Well, just futurists, I think, thought we would be on other planets, space travel. You know what I mean? Like going out for vacation.
No, we can't
None
do
of that
shit.
stuff happened. Right. I think we got microwaves.
We
If
just
that
got
happened.
we got rockets to land in the same place
Right.
to be able to recall them.
And that doesn't
Right.
even work all the time. They fall over sometimes.
Shit happens.
So, have you ever watched that? You ever watch SpaceX do that?
Fall over?
No. Just come back?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, but did you ever? Sometimes that video goes dark and then it shows up on the landing pad.
Oh, you're a
Sometimes.
conspiracy.
I don't think it's a conspiracy, but it's just oddly timed. Well, I guess because of a certain level, it shuts down, I guess, because of whatever signaling. And then all of a
Okay.
sudden, it's coming down. Like, it's like right there. It's like, all right, pop the footage in.
I've never seen that. I've only seen it land.
Right, but there's a time, if you watch it from, I guess, whatever point coming in, it goes dark. The signal gets lost for a minute, and then it comes back where it's landing on that floating platform, which is pretty amazing anyway.
Yeah.
It's a platform floating in water, and then it lands. They fall over sometimes. Whoop, right into the ocean. It's a couple of $100 million down the drain.
Yeah, it makes sense. Why would you do it on the ocean?
Probably in case it got catastrophic. You know what I mean? Lost signal.
Yeah, I guess there's stuff in there that would blow up if it hit the ground, right?
Right. I guess
Crucial
you would want it
fuel.
in the neighborhood.
Yeah. Because I would think that landing on something, you're basically putting a rocket on a bar of soap floating in your
exactly.
in your bathtub.
Right.
Like that can't go well.
No, like but I guess the margin of error for landing on that bar of soap is a hell of a lot safer than trying to land it in a desert, maybe?
Maybe he should have made it the shape of a rubber ducky, and then it would be fine.
It would just float.
It would land correctly, and we'd all be good.
Why? Yeah, why? But why? Well, I guess maybe the salt water would hurt it. But why wouldn't it just land in the ocean and we scoop it up? Like they did those capsules from the early moon launches.
I guess because, well, they want to transport people, right?
Right.
So if it's like a long cylinder,
right.
it's gonna fucking slap the side, and probably
But do you think
crack it or fuck it up somehow.
Do you think they're going to put people in a cylinder like that? It's not going to be in a capsule of some sort?
Well, we do that with planes, right? It's just a cylinder on its side.
Right, and that never ends well when it lands in the water, so
Well,
that's true.
yeah.
You think we're
But
gonna,
it's designed to be horizontal, whereas this is vertical. So if it's landing here and then it's falling on its side and slapping the water,
right.
that's gonna break some shit.
Yeah, I'm sure it's going to break some shit if it falls on its side on the
Sure,
on the bar of soap.
of course.
Do you think we're going to get there? Do you think we're going to be alive when they get to Mars?
No.
Not even the first rocket to land there with people or robots? Well, we got robots, right?
No,
Rovers.
doesn't it take like
9 months.
it takes 9 months to get there? That's
I think
it.
That's what it is. Yeah.
But there's nothing there. It doesn't make any sense. Like why even go there? I don't understand.
There's got to be minerals there that they want for money or something.
Right, and they could pull them off asteroids and stuff too, but
Right.
but
I guess the less,
to live.
right.
So you thinking they're only going to put miners?
We're gonna put robot miners, and then
Mm-hmm.
I would think my guess is they're gonna there's deposits of whatever they need. They're gonna shoot some stuff there. They're gonna get it there. They're gonna get the mining robots started, and they're gonna get
So they're going to need some techs
right. They're
there
gonna,
to make sure everything runs correctly.
they're gonna land them. They're
Mm-hmm.
gonna stabilize like a working environment, like a base camp.
Okay.
They're going to collect and they're going to go back. So really, I bet you the amount of time is going to be to get there longer than staying there. They're going to stay there for a week because the robots are going to be doing all the work.
Right.
So you're getting paid for travel. You know what I mean? You're just 9 months out. You land, you do a week. You collect what you need. You pack up the rocket. You shoot back. That part they never talk about though. How they're going to relaunch. I guess.
Right.
Where's that fuel coming from?
Well, you must have to have double the amount when you leave.
Right. So does that mean it's going to be less cargo?
Well, you leave with twice as much, and then you burn half of it off, and then you burn the other half when you come back, right?
Right. I guess all things being considered. Now,
I mean, I don't know
sure
if that
there's-
even makes sense.
right. I'm sure there's more things that can go wrong than right, like doing work underwater. You know what I mean? Like more things there to hurt you or work against you than for you. Like
Sure.
we're on this lucky shot of a planet that everything's perfect. It's really not a lot of work to dig a hole. So fucking probably a lot of work to dig a hole in space. Like there's a lot of work to dig a hole under.
I thought you meant in actual outer space. I was like, this motherfucker's digging holes in the universe.
Well, you're digging a hole? No, wormholes. No, but I mean, you're digging holes on the planet, right, or the asteroid. I guess they're not making the asteroid because it's too small of a moving target. I don't know. I mean, a planet is pretty big. in a sense.
Asteroids could be big too, though.
Right, but I don't. But to get to one, probably a lot harder for fucking trajectory. Because that thing's moving.
It's a tough one.
Faster, yeah.
Yeah.
When you're an idiot, it's real fast. But that thing's moving fast and erratic, whereas I would think a planet is stable.
I see what you're saying. It's an easier target to hit because
Right.
it's not zipping this way or that way.
Yep.
But they got to be able to match the asteroid speed. I'm sure they can figure that out.
There's a lot of smart people.
Yeah. Yeah.
I went on. I applied
To
go to Mars.
Did you?
Didn't work out so well.
No.
Too tall. Too big.
Is that what they said?
Yeah. The suit.
Both?
I won't fit the suit.
Nice.
I mean, but the first part I got in, like the name.
How tall do you have to be? Like, what's the max?
I think it was like 5'11", 5'10",
Oh, yeah. You're not going to work.
and the weight issue. I
Wow.
had to be like 190. I was never 190. I don't think in my life. So, but like,
Even out of the womb, just
yeah, just boom. Like Speaking of hippos,
200.
it's hippos full size hippos. But I got to the part where you put your name and your address
That's good.
and education, and
On
then
the-
after that,
on the application.
yeah, and
yeah.
after that was the disclaimer.
Right.
And in those little huts that he's trying to build too, because they were doing the testing out right in the desert.
Musk, you talking about?
Yeah, it was the mission to Mars.
Okay.
But I think, is it him or is it our government that does the test out in the? They were doing the tests out in the desert, where they were putting people in these huts to live, like inside. You couldn't leave, except
The geodome type stuff?
yeah, whatever it was. They were making them live in these like little pods for X amount of time to go out. They had to go out and do some kind of work or something, but they had to spend the majority of their time in the pods. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know if I could do it. Could you sit around all day in a pod? Well, I guess knowing that the alternative, you can get killed if you open the door, but could
Yeah.
you do that?
It's basically prison.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't
Yeah.
sound appealing to me at all.
Right.
Like, I wouldn't want to do it in the desert. I certainly wouldn't want to do it in a fucking planet
Right,
somewhere else.
Not for months, but could you do it for days?
I don't even want to take the trip there.
No? What if they put you to sleep? Like suspended animation or whatever, That never ends well either, but that's movie magic. You wake up and you're fighting something. But,
Yeah.
I mean, but if they did that to you,
Well, if it never ends well, then I definitely don't want to do it.
that's movies. If it always ends well, got to ask the aliens, but they're never here to talk to.
Mm.
But they live underwater, right? Don't our aliens live underwater? Isn't that the case, they say?
Oh, because that's the whatever that was that the one pilot saw
Yeah.
off the Pacific.
Shoot straight down.
Yeah.
So they don't actually leave
I saw one of those. Me and James saw one
the
of
light
those.
orbs.
Down in Mystic.
Yeah?
Yeah.
They're just floating around?
No, it was
Was there-
it just went like vertically. It dropped from the sky to the horizon line like instantly, and then fucking just went and it was gone.
Right. But there's government stuff down there. We have.
Sure.
We have
And that was
the Air Force base down there, naval base,
yeah. When the fuck was that? That was. And James is straight. He doesn't drink or
Right, no.
never did any drugs,
No.
and he saw it too. Unlike me, like it's questionable.
Right.
You're like you could have manufactured
Yeah,
some
right,
shit, right? You're taking a lot of blows to the head,
You
and
said, am I
Yeah.
the only one seeing this?
yeah.
And then
No,
you
he definitely saw it too. So, yeah, it's probably just our technology shit that we've been working on.
Yeah.
They're not gonna let you know.
I would hope
But-
not. Would you want to know everything? Everything that we do that could potentially kill an enemy or whatever we do. I can't stand when, was it Obama was president? I don't remember. When they're like, yeah, we're going to go in and we're going to go take care of somebody in Syria. I would rather know we took care of somebody in Syria. You know what I mean? Like, I would rather them tell me after they did it. I don't need you telling me beforehand so that you would think the guy who you're trying to get's like, oh, maybe I should move for a little while. I should lie low. Like, wouldn't you want to hear the results, not the thing to go?
Because there's a chance that the target could escape.
Right.
Right.
Like, yeah, if we're going to do the dirty shit we do it and then tell me.
Okay.
Like, I don't need you to, I did,
Well, that's why they don't let you know what kind of weaponry they're developing.
exactly.
Right?
I don't want to know.
Because they don't want somebody to counter it or duplicate it or whatever.
Right. I don't want to know.
I don't want to know.
Just use it.
Just use
Let me see you use it. I go, whoa, look at that.
Shit.
I mean, but that's, that's a whole other, I mean, fuck politics. It doesn't matter. I'd rather talk about the aliens. Like,
But they're intertwined there in that conversation.
sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Right. But, like, you think when you saw this thing,
Yeah,
James saw this thing,
Yeah.
were you both in agreement, like, that's our government or that's an alien?
No,
or no?
we just
Or just
were
like,
like,
whoa.
what the fuck was that?
Right.
Yeah. Did you see that? Yes, I did.
Right.
That sort of thing. Yeah.
And didn't voice your opinion, like, hey, it's just a light. And he's like, no, man, that's the government. You're like, you know what I mean? Like, what do you, how do you, people are fucking crazy. So if you see this light and you see some other guy, he's like, oh my God, they're finally here. Like, what do you say? Like, shut up. If you're a non-believer, you're like, you sure about that?
Well, there was nothing to not believe. We saw the light move.
Right, but
Right.
I'm saying is,
I didn't say it was aliens. I don't know if it was
Right,
a
but
jet or.
there's people that will believe that was like, oh yeah, that's definitely an alien, and like you just gotta let them talk, I guess, get it out of your system.
Yeah, well, they're going to tell you anyway.
Right.
You
And
don't
they're-
have a choice.
they're
They're
gonna
going to
work
tell
with-
everybody.
And if you don't believe them, they're gonna work really hard to tell you. No,
Yeah,
no.
they'll start doing documentaries and shit.
Oh, you're an idiot. No, I'm not. You are. No, no, it's not worth it.
Mm-hmm.
Is that an alien? Okay, enjoy. Keep that with you.
Yeah.
Tell your friends.
Yeah. I try not to talk to all those people. I don't really know anybody who's into aliens like that.
No. But there are people.
They're out there, sure.
I guess thank God we don't know people like that,
Yeah,
because then we don't have to deal with it.
right.
That's never out there to deal with.
Because it would always come up.
Right.
Any party you were at, it would end up going back to aliens. You'd be like, oh no, this motherfucker again with the aliens.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And be like, or you know, it's just I don't know. They could be out there. I mean, maybe they would just if there's a technology that can get an alien here, right? Even if he's living underwater,
Mm-hmm.
why? Why would he want to be here?
I don't know.
I mean, people, we don't even think how fortunate. Is that the right word? Lucky.
Well, I mean, if you are so advanced that you can come here
Right.
to do what? I mean, we're
Exactly.
so far behind. It would be like us going back in time and watching the caveman invent the wheel. So we're fucking Nimrods. Who the
Maybe-
hell wants to see that? That's the worst TV show on ever
But maybe it's just
in the
fun.
universe. It's fun to see dumb,
People still go to like Wild West City. People still go to
but that's awesome.
but people still go put it this way, you go to Disney World, people still go to those old rides.
But Wild West City, for anybody who doesn't know,
It's a
it's
reenactment.
it's a reenactment of the Wild West. That's only 160 years ago.
But
It's not 100,000 years ago.
right, but the point being that the technology at Wild West City is not the technology that Universal Studios has. So you going there, it's kitschy. So maybe the alien's like, hey man, let's go look at those freaks over at Earth.
It's Wild West earthy.
Right. Go
Yeah.
look at this. Watch this. Watch these idiots. Look at it, 5 o'clock. Look at them all in traffic. It's fucking hilarious. Look at these
Yeah.
idiots. So, but
Maybe they're looking at their past, like we used to be this
Right.
backwards.
you know how like when your kids mess up, you go, hey man, look,
Yeah.
look, this is what could happen to you again if you don't stay in school, alien school.
Alien school.
You don't do your alien math. Look where you're going to end up.
Yeah.
Look at these guys.
Yeah.
Look at this guy. He's building a rocket. You want to end up like this idiot? You know, because that's probably the dumbest of the smart. Not us. We're nothing. You know, come on.
Sure.
Yeah, that's just an anthill.
Right.
But like, maybe they're like keeping us around 'cause they're like, they're pets. Like, we don't want them to all kill themselves or kill, you know. So we'll just kind of, you know, we'll give them enough technology just to maybe blow off a finger.
So you think they're giving us technology?
Well, if the lines are right, they are. Or the
It's a drawing of an ant.
yeah, but maybe that ant brought some shit with him. Maybe the ant. What didn't you ever see Starship Troopers?
Oh wait.
Those were bugs, right? Those were bugs that came out here. You don't know. We don't know. But I mean, people, normal people, not alien, but people out that window all over the place. Do you think any of these guys down that block think how lucky they are that they're on the only planet out of a solar system that has water and air
Why would you?
and live, and then you're only on like 10% of it, you know what I mean, is inhabitable, and you don't think you're lucky or whatever, you don't, or you just don't pay it no mind, right?
No, they don't.
People
Nobody
don't mind.
thinks that deep.
But maybe they should. Maybe be nice
Maybe.
to each other.
I always thought if everybody was able to go up into space and circumnavigate the globe, like see, you know, it would put things in perspective of how small you are in the universe.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
But obviously that shit costs a lot of money.
Right. Do you ever go on a boat when we can't see land from any sides?
Sure.
That makes you feel how insignificant you are.
Fucking hate it. Oh, I hate that ocean. Hate it.
Yeah, but when you get out far enough and you can't see land behind you or forward, like, so you're just going from the Florida to the
Yeah,
Bahamas.
that's why I hate it.
It's freaky that you can just go boop and no one would ever find you.
Nope.
I mean, or it would take a real long time, but they wouldn't even look for you.
Jabberjaw would be the only one to find you.
I mean, they wouldn't even look for you. Like, they look for the Titanic. So you think they would look for? I mean, I guess it doesn't happen enough where they would look for you. But you think they really look for every single boat that was sank in World War II?
No, but the cruise lines would probably look for it because there's probably stuff they'd want to scavenger off of their boat.
Probably. But if you were far deep enough waters, they're not going to get you anyway.
Does it really get that deep though?
I don't know.
I don't think it does until you get like out into the middle of the ocean. Then there's that Mariana Trench or something like that, and that's really deep.
Yeah, that's when you're getting into that alien neighborhood.
Yeah, but I think the shelf of the ocean is pretty shallow for
When you
like
say,
a long,
you say shallow, 200 feet, 300 feet,
probably even less than that.
right? You think it was easy to find the Titanic?
No, it didn't take them forever to find
Yeah.
it, right?
That's what I mean.
Yeah,
So even at 200 feet, that's still pretty hard.
Yeah, but plus they got the ice and shit up there. It's different.
Okay.
So they probably could only look certain times of the year.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're saying,
And they probably didn't have good enough technology
right?
for several decades after it sank to even think about it.
Yeah, but look at that plane. It took them forever.
Maybe they should just had a guy with a fishing rod and a big old magnet.
Right, like those guys find guns.
Yeah, and just drag the ocean and then dink, you hit it and you're like, all right, let's reel this bitch in.
Don't you think those motherfuckers should stop? Like those guys who fish with a magnet and they find a gun. It's in that for a reason. Just leave it alone.
There's wait a minute.
Like
There's actual guys that do that?
Yeah, they're on YouTube.
Okay.
They fish with a magnet, and sometimes they'll find guns and stuff. And it's like,
Okay.
why don't you leave that in there?
So they're trying to like
Just be douchebags.
specifically look for metal off the coast.
Off,
So they
no,
go-
not coast, off a bridge, off a stream. or
Oh,
a
okay.
river.
So people dumping guns if
Yeah,
they
yeah.
whack their wife or whatever.
Yeah, maybe we should leave that alone. Like, it's none of your business.
Or not. Could solve a murder.
It's none of your business.
It's a mystery.
It's not your business. It goes back to
your business.
it goes back to the other thing of you wanting to be extraordinary. Look what I did. I found this gun. Maybe you should fucking keep your mouth shut. And
It sounds like you're talking about the family business now. Hey, maybe you should
Not
mind
my
your,
family.
you should mind your own business. Leave that gun where it belongs.
exactly, like, hey, a guy threw it there for a reason. Why do I want to bring up his reason? Now, I mean, I guess the other side could be said, like, hey, let's go magna fishing, get a couple guns, and we can do some stuff with the same guns. But in that sense, like, why? What's your purpose? I mean, I guess it's the same thing with the
So-
purpose when a guy metal detecting finds jewelry on the beach or whatever.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Wouldn't you?
You find a watch. Yeah, it's a watch. Really no harm, no foul. You find a gun.
Right.
You know, you can't keep it, obviously.
Right, but if you're on the beach with a metal detector and you find a gun, same thing, right?
Right,
Just
but
report it.
the
Right?
chances are you're not going to find a gun. Well, I mean,
That's got to be the world's worst fucking murderer to burying the shit at the beach.
yeah, well, I mean, I went to the beach, I don't know how many years ago. I don't go to the beach because it's silly too, but there was a bomb from World War II, or a shell
Mm-hmm.
that was just on Sandy Hook.
Anybody tap it with a hammer?
No.
Like
There was
Bugs
they-
Bunny?
but they paid some motherfucker or whatever they pay a park ranger to stand there and go, don't touch the bomb.
Yeah,
Don't
of course.
touch the bomb.
Right.
Don't. I mean, so you figure it's July and
Oops.
it's July and you're sitting on the beach in your full ranger outfit going, don't touch the bomb. Don't touch the bomb. You know, like that stuff. When they built, not that far from here, they found all that stuff by the college, all the ordnance.
Yeah,
There was
yeah.
an ordnance factory there, you know.
Right.
But that's dumb luck. There's some history there. Okay, there was a bomb making building here. Chances are we're going to find bomb making stuff.
Sure.
You should only be finding fish in rivers. Don't go looking for guns. Don't go for
Is there a metallic fish?
Well, it's mercury, but it's not metallic.
They're full of mercury.
Yeah.
Might be easier to pull them in with a magnet.
I guess. Would you eat it?
There you go.
Yeah, right. I
Just
just
catch and release.
I just want I just picture these guys like, oh, I'll get some good boy points. Look at me.
So probably what they do is they find a bridge where it's known for suicides, right? And they're like, some asshole has to have dropped his car keys or something in here. So I'm going to pick those up and I'm going to steal a car.
Right. You think so?
No. I don't understand why they would do that.
I don't either, but they
Yeah.
do it. And they
Somebody
do a
dropped
lot.
their change, so I'm going to go out here with a fishing pole and a magnet.
Yeah, but you can't pick up change, can you, with a magnet?
See? There's
Dimes
holes
don't
in the
have
game.
metal in 'em.
I would be the worst metal fisherman
Right.
because I wouldn't even understand.
So your main quest is to find a gun. We're gonna, oh, look at this! I found some rebar.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Or maybe a bicycle. You can't find a diamond. You can't find jewelry. If you can pick up gold with a magnet, it means it's not real gold, right? Because gold isn't magnetized.
Right. Some bullshit.
Right. So your whole quest is to try to find good boy points with the local officials. Because look what I found, a gun. Look at me. Because everybody wants to be extraordinary. Like
So-
the damn superheroes.
So they're rats. And we
Right.
should whack them all.
Exactly. Like, it's just mind your
You're
business.
fucking up a good crime.
That's
here.
right. Just mind your business for your good boy points. Just mind your business. Go-
Should go back to the living room.
right. Why don't you go back to putting worms on a hook? Catch
Okay.
fish.
All right.
It's a lot safer for most people, right? Like, I mean, you think? I guess depends on how long the gun's in the water. How long? I mean, obviously,
Yeah, it's not going to work, right?
right. But I think there's no statute of limitations on murder.
No.
But guy, he's going to rebut that. You think that guy still lives in that same area where he threw the gun? Was oh man. I mean, there's probably some hayseeds that did that, but for the most part, I think a well-seasoned killer is going to maybe drop the gun quite a ways away from where the murder was. I mean, so now you got your extraordinary good boy points to tell the cops they found a gun. Now you just gave some other motherfucker hours of paperwork, maybe.
But that's their job. That's what they're supposed to do, solve crimes.
Yeah, but this one wasn't supposed to be solved. That's why the fucking gun was in the river.
No, that's fucking crazy talk. That's crazy talk.
Is it? Or is it just so sane that it's true?
No. If somebody whacked somebody in my family, I'd want to know who the fuck did it. So
Right, but-
I'd be like, hey, magnet guy, thank you for finding the murder weapon.
No,
Maybe
you
we can
found-
catch this
You
fucking
found
murdering piece
you
of shit.
found a gun, and now you gave this other guy work. Now,
Fuck him in work.
you gave him,
He's got to find criminals. That's
But-
his job.
but he's not waiting for that gun to come, and he's other crimes he's got to solve.
Maybe it was a slow week.
All right, let's see. So now you gave this guy the gun. Okay, all right. I found this gun in the river.
Police.
Yeah, magnet guy found the gun. He ran over to the police. Said, look what
Okay.
I found.
Yeah.
That guy goes, he takes it back to the shop, right, to the cop place. And now he's got to go, oh, here's my priority. I have these 10 cases I'm working on now. Now I'm going to have to put these 10 on hold for this one.
Yeah.
It just
Maybe.
it seems excessive.
Or maybe
That's
not.
all. I mean, it's like you're giving a guy
Maybe
extra
he
work.
doesn't have 10 cases.
Maybe. I guess
Maybe his cases are somebody stole a bike in the neighborhood and, hey, this is a murder. Maybe this should go to the top of the line.
oh, yeah, well, that's a priority.
Yeah.
But like, if this was the case, right? If that was the true case,
Mm-hmm.
why aren't there any cops magnet fishing? Why are we waiting for Johnny Goodboy to go get the gun and run to the police station? Why aren't the cops out there dragging the water? If solving that murder is important, why isn't he out dragging for the gun? I mean, he's got to solve the crime,
Because it's like a 1 in a million shot. There's other things to look at.
right?
Right.
So why isn't he doing it when he's not in between
The
paperwork?
guy has a wacky hobby. He just found something interesting.
Yeah, but that's all they can find.
Like you're digging in the backyard and you find a mastodon bone or something.
Yeah, but you can't find that with a magnet. That's just dumb luck.
Or you found it with a shovel
Yeah, but
or backhoe or whatever you're doing. Putting
Yeah.
in a pool. I don't fucking know.
you think there's anybody studying the local library going, maybe this was dinosaur land? Like, and all of a sudden they're going to start digging up their backyard? No, it's dumb luck. Let's go to plant a bush. He finds a bone. Right? So, but that's dumb luck. This guy is going out for the sole intent of ruining somebody else's day. Right? Or whatever.
This poor murderer. His day's gonna be all fucked up
Right,
now
like he
because
did
they
this-
found a murder weapon.
Let's say he did
This guy might have some stress. He might need some counseling.
Right, like he did this
Shit,
murder.
I should have hid the murder weapon better.
Right, like no, like I hit it perfect, and then this motherfucker comes along because he's got nothing to do.
Not perfect because it was found.
But it was perfect.
If it was perfect, it would never be found.
It was perfect until some motherfucker thought it would be a fun idea to fish with a magnet.
These
and then-
fucking magnet assholes.
Yeah, it's like,
Screwing it up for the rest of
all right,
us.
let's see. 1, 2, 7 guys. You guys all got poles or worms? Nah, I got this magnet. Yeah. Go ahead, enjoy the trout. Look what I got. And it makes no sense.
Maybe he lost a hook and he's trying to find the hook.
Yeah. So I'm gonna magnet. I'm gonna go. Yeah, I'm short on hooks. So if I just throw a magnet out there, I'm gonna pick up some hooks.
There you go.
Yeah, I mean, but this guy who did the murder 2 years. I was like, oh man, this did 2 years ago. Now this guy's got to go bring up the past. Can't we just move forward? That's what he's thinking. The murderer. I'm not saying it's right. I'm saying that's what he's thinking. He's like, fucking, so be somebody.
All right.
What's going on there? What is this?
So, maybe in between your rants, we would have a commercial brought to you by fucking Magnet Fishing Company of
Acme
America.
Magnets? What are we-
Yes.
Roadrunner and
Yes.
yeah. All right. So yeah. So all right. So
They're on the case, dude.
now we have to find a magnet company to get sponsorship.
Yes. Their stock is going way up once they start finding all the bagillions of guns in rivers across the United States.
I don't know how many there are. There's got to be. I mean, there's some, right? But
There's some.
I mean, I doubt the ratio of guns to magnets is going to be 1 to 1. There's going to be a lot more magnets out there than guns. In the river. Now, but see now, what if he found something? I mean,
Like at the balloon.
yeah, I don't know what else he could find that would be worthwhile, right? The guy with the metal detector, he could find a ring with some change. He's going to keep it. He's not even going to share
Well,
that
he'll
with the world.
detect it. He can't actually find it. He has to go dig for that shit.
Right, it's a little more work than that, right? Do you think what do you think the number of guys who actually they find something worthwhile is actually report it?
I don't think magnet fishing is as big as you make it sound.
All right, maybe it's one guy. I
Maybe
don't
it
know.
was one dude who was just fucking. He didn't
Yeah.
have a sinker, and he tied some
Wait,
magnets
so
onto
you-
his line, and it just happened to click on something. And he was like, "Oh, what's this shit?"
So now maybe he's the most world renowned. Now they're going to send him everywhere.
Now he's Joe Magnet.
Now he's extraordinary magnet man.
Right.
Because they're going to go, hey, why don't you come out here to Ohio,
Just so happens that's the new Marvel movie, Magnet Man.
magnet man?
Yeah.
Is there a magnetic guy? Is there a magnetic guy already?
There is. See, you know more about it than
No, I know that. So why can't we just throw him in the river and he could just suck everything I'm walking through if he's
because
full of magnets?
he's not real.
I-
Because he's fake.
But can't you build a magnet suit man and just throw him in the river? Drag the water with the magnet man?
I don't know. Is it worth the time and energy to
No,
do
let
so?
me ask you this now. Like, let's say cops do, well, they do dive for, like, say they're trying to find a car, right? Trying to find this thing. Why don't they dive with a magnet on them? Just in case they happen to pick something up.
I don't know.
Obviously, you can't magnet a person if they're stuck in a vehicle, but I don't know. I mean,
If you had a high-powered magnet on your
Right.
body,
you'd be stuck in all sorts of stuff.
you'd be stuck to the fucking car down at the bottom.
But then you found it.
Yeah, and you lost yourself in the process.
Well, no. What if that magnet was on a quick release, like a
Okay.
strap?
Yeah,
All right, so
yeah.
now this is a good idea, I think. Well, I do now.
Trying
All
to follow along here.
All right, so now the
Let it go.
magnet is on your wrist or wherever, It's on your. It's got to be on your wrist, so you got to be holding it, right? And you're swimming around looking for the metal.
Mm.
You're 50 feet underwater, which is pretty deep for a person.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe not for a river, but for a person, it's pretty deep. So you got your magnet. Also on there is some kind of RFID or some kind of chip, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you're like, because you can't see nothing, it's fucking pitch black, and thump, you're stuck with the magnet. You hit the switch, you get to the surface, found it. Where is it, Bob? You go on a computer, beep, beep, beep. There's the radar's little signal. All right, we got it. Obviously, you're not going to get sucked underwater if you find a shotgun. But, I mean, why aren't they diving with magnets? Why aren't those guys diving with magnets trying to solve crimes? So now you got the only guy in the country who's magnet fishing. Now they're sending him everywhere. Hey, head over to the Mississippi.
Maybe he was a former cop who used to drag the river,
Right.
and he was always saying, "Hey, Cap, how come we don't put magnets on this fucking thing?"
Right.
And they shot him down year after year after year.
Because
and
they
then
don't want to
finally,
suck.
when he retired, he said, "Fuck this, I'm magnet guy. I'm going to show you all how fucking stupid you are, and this is real police work now."
Right.
So he's magnet guy.
Okay. So now, the cops then, from whenever he was working, don't even feel that it's necessary to solve those crimes. It's a waste of time. You just, right. It's a waste of time looking for that stuff in the river.
Well, they have those other 10 cases to deal with, so.
So now, but what happens, like, you got to figure the guy's got to have, I don't know, got to have a hell of a wrist, right? Because what if they send you out to the Mississippi to drag the river? That's a pretty wide river. You got to have a good cast, right? You really get out there with a good fisherman's cast to get that magnet to the middle of the mighty Mississippi to go find your guns that are in there.
Depends if the criminal had a good arm to throw the gun that far.
I guess so, right? But
Maybe
yeah,
he was like limp wristed.
it's true.
Eh.
But then you don't need the magnet in the river. You can find it on the side, on the bank. But now, I mean, what else are you gonna find in
This
there?
is a bad shit crazy conversation.
Is it? I'm just saying what I saw.
It depends what.
The guy was magnet fishing.
All right,
So, but
the guy.
you told me there's only one.
I didn't tell you anything. You brought it up.
No, you said maybe it's not as big of a deal.
Yeah, you're making it sound like there's guys with magnets all across the country finding guns everywhere.
Well, maybe there's 50, one in each state. Maybe there's one guy in each state.
Okay,
to go
maybe he's a
magnet fishing.
government appointed official,
Mhm.
and that's his job, and he is part of the police organization. So
I don't think he is though, because
You-
from
but
what I
you
seen
don't
at the
know.
end of the video,
you don't know.
When I seen at the end of the video, the guys just sucking up to the cop. Look what I found. I found this gun, and they're like, "Great." And the cop doesn't look thrilled. He looks professional. He doesn't look thrilled.
Mm-hmm.
He does look like a guy that goes, "Here we go. Now I got to figure this out."
Hey, look, just because the guy's lazy
Now this
doesn't mean
this
doesn't
has
mean-
to, this goes into my day. All right, I was doing other stuff. Now, Johnny Goodboy points comes with the gun, and I got to do this whole thing. Now, what if the gun was in the mud for a long enough time? How you gonna get ballistics? I don't know how guns work. I'm not a gun guy.
Me either. I'm not
Can-
a ballistics guy.
Can you just blow, try it out, and then all of a sudden the gun works again? I would think.
Probably not, but they're not looking for it to work
Ha-
so much, right?
Well, I mean,
I mean, I don't know. Don't they have to fire the gun to
right.
get the
that's what I mean.
ballistics or something?
So if it's been shitted up from the mud or the water, you
don't
can't
know.
fire that gun anyway.
Maybe.
Right.
Don't know.
I mean, if you're a good killer, I would think you're not going to have a traceable gun to you.
You would fucking stick it in the mud like any good killer would.
Well, no, you would have a serial number to trace it back to you.
Well, you probably didn't buy it by.
You would hope so. And not to say that there's not dumb criminals that do use their own stuff. I mean, there's plenty of guys who they
Could
catch.
you put this on my credit card?
There's plenty of guys you see like, oh,
Yeah.
it turns out he murdered his wife, and they're like, oh yeah, he was in Walmart buying duct tape and ropes and,
And
gloves.
nooses,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah. So, is there a
Yeah.
criminal that bought his own gun to use in murder? Sure.
He's buying rope. He's watching YouTube videos on how to make a noose.
Oh yeah, those are the best, right?
Yeah.
Like they search their computer. Hey, there's a thing here. Easiest way to kill somebody. Got anything to say? You know, it's like.
Right.
So yeah, there are dumb criminals, but I mean, who's dumber, the criminal or the guy magnet fishing for guns?
The magnet fishing guy, he scored, so he's not the dumb guy here.
Right. think you should give him a reward if he solved the murder because
he's just fucking up your day because you
Right.
don't like the idea of him giving cops work.
right. I don't like
How
the
dare you solve a crime?
I don't like the idea of anybody getting into somebody else's business. like the cops have a business, right? Law enforcement has a business. What's their business? Solving crimes.
Yes.
So you leave it to him. Like if you're magna fishing, I would throw the gun back in. It's not my business why that's in the river. Maybe you tell the cops, hey, I think there's a gun in that river.
And they'd be like, how do you know?
I just have a feeling. Maybe you want to go check it out. I don't want to do your job for you. I don't want to tell you about your business. But there's going to be something in there potentially, potentially, I don't fucking know, hazardous or whatever. Whatever you call it.
Murderous.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
there is an opportunity for the cops to do their job without outside help.
Okay.
Right? Like, I don't see some guy coming over going, hey, I noticed you were a little light on paper. I found some paper you wanted to go print. You know what I mean? Like, there ain't nobody doing my job for me. Maybe he should just mind his own business. Because the business of cops and robbers that's their entity. You know,
I think it's a little different.
Like, you know, I don't see, you know.
I think the police would welcome any help to solve a murder that they could possibly get,
Maybe.
even if it's a 40-year-old murder.
All right, but is it? I mean, I guess if you're to be a good citizen, yeah.
Yeah, well,
Right. If you're supposed to be a participating part of this society, yes.
sure.
Then your help should be welcomed with open arms. But do you think that cop is there? Like I said, is he sighing going, oh, more work. This guy. I was good. My workflow was perfect. Couple traffic tickets, maybe a lost dog, maybe a stolen bike, or maybe some shoplifting. Because we have a small town here, we don't need to deal with this. We don't need a guy showing up with a gun from 100 years ago. Though that might be worth some money or something. But, I mean, you think the kid's going to get a reward for that? Or is his reward is sniffing the cop's rectum going, I did good, right? I did good, right? Like, that's his reward. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if he's crossed the line.
What if somebody was just standing on the bridge shooting at cans on the bank and they dropped their gun?
Right.
Doesn't necessarily have to be a murder weapon.
Right, but there'd just be a lot of questions. Like, why are you shooting your gun from here?
It's the fucking South, probably. They shoot their guns from wherever.
Right. Now, I guess it would depend on how old the gun is underwater, right? I mean, like, if it was a fresh drop. But if you dropped your gun because you were shooting cans, you say, hey, magnet guy, can you get my gun? I dropped it accidentally.
So Magnet Guy is there 24/7.
He's on that bridge because he's had such good luck.
That's his thing, yeah.
Yeah, he's had a lot of luck catching guns over there. Maybe like, hey man, can you help me? I mean,
Right.
right, and we don't need to get the cops involved
Well,
because
if
we're
you
not
knew,
doing
if you
anything
knew,
bad here.
knew magnet technology was the way to get your gun, why even involve Magnet Guy?
Right, just have one with you at all times,
Just go get your own. Yeah, there you go.
or maybe not shoot off a bridge. Maybe plan better.
Sure.
Like so, if you do drop your gun, it's like at your feet in the ground, not not 40 feet off a bridge.
Yeah. Don't hang it over the bridge.
Right. Don't.
It's like don't take a selfie with your arm over the bridge in
Exactly.
case that thing falls out.
Exactly. We don't want to waste time.
The memories. You don't want to lose the memories.
No, you don't want to lose your gun. Or you did
No.
want to lose your gun, and Mr. Magnet.
Or you
ruined
just
your
want to
day.
put Magnet Guy out of business.
Yeah, but he's doing it for free. He's doing it for the love of the game.
Well, you want to take him out of that,
I would think so.
right? Because he's ruining people's
They're-
lives.
Right. They're out
Yeah.
there. That's my business. Right. My business is killing, and
Yeah.
we have a system here, right? We murder people. We throw guns wherever.
Yeah,
so we-
somebody's going to take that out of context right there.
yeah, probably. But here's our business, right? My business is I'm a murderer.
It goes well with your shirt
Yeah,
too.
yeah, yeah. So my business is to be a killer. You know what I mean? Now you're interrupting my business by sticking your nose in it.
Hypothetically, you're
Hypothetically.
a killer, right? Okay.
Right. I am hypothetically. I'm not a killer.
Okay.
I don't have it in me.
Okay.
I like rather watch these murders from afar. But be that as it may, so now this guy's just getting in the way. He's causing trouble. He's interrupting my business. They figure I don't go to your job and tell you how to make burgers, right? I don't go, hey.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not. I don't go in and just tell you. I'm not going to interrupt your flow.
Right.
You're a killer. You have your flow. Just like the thing we talked about God, right? How everybody's not special. This is my path. Or if you don't believe in God, you believe in the program, right? We're all programmed. This is my program. I'm the murder guy, and this is what I allegedly. This is what I do.
Do you
know,
mean we're all in a simulation?
right?
Is that what you're talking
Yeah,
about?
we're all programmed.
Okay.
We're predestined.
Okay.
Like everything that's happening right now is already built into the program. Your program, my program.
Okay.
That's a theory, and whether it's true or not. But so now, I guess then the higher belief is the program was that I'm going to throw my guns in the river ad nauseum, and then this guy's going to come and interrupt my program.
I like that the murderer has ad nauseum amounts of guns.
Yeah, he just gets them.
That's awesome.
Don't you think if you
And he always goes to the same spot. This is my job. This is what I
well,
do.
maybe or maybe other drops in and around.
Sure.
But don't you think if you can get one gun illegally, you can get as many as you need illegally? It's not a fluke. Like it's not like you're in a thrift store and all of a sudden you found out.
I guess if you can afford them, but I would think. Well, it depends.
Well, if you're
Depends where you are, right?
right, if your job is a killer, I'm sure you get paid a lot of money to be an assassin.
No, he's an assassin. He's not just some random murderer
No,
who went up to some farmhouse and shot somebody and then threw the gun in the river.
Right. I'm not saying it's just not like a crime of passion murder. I'm saying this is his job. Okay. I'm a hitman. My job is to do things that people won't do, and he gets paid handsomely. So I'm sure. I'm sure
Until a magnet guy comes along,
right, and fucks
Fucking
everything
it
up.
Son of a bitch.
But so this assassin guy, he's got to make good money per thing. That's why he does it. Right? You don't want to get paid. I mean, obviously, there's always somebody to do something cheaper, and maybe that's the other thing. Maybe that's the shitty assassin. Like, we're always using Bob the assassin. He's top notch. He's a little expensive, but
Let's go with shitty assassin.
no, but it's untraceable. Like, we know that when we hire Bob the assassin to go take care of something, it's done right. The first time, nothing. And then you're like, you know what? I don't feel like spending the 10 G's on Bob. I found another dude. He's like, I don't know, he's like 7,500, $6,000. All right, we'll give him a shot. And then there's Johnny Cut Corner. He just throws his gun wherever. And then Magnet Man comes. And then of course, the guys who hired the killers, like, you know, look, you see, you skimped. Look what we got.
Hey, you get what you pay for.
Right. Good killing isn't cheap, and cheap killing isn't good.
No, it's not.
All right. So how are you supposed to end? I don't even know how we're supposed to end these things.
And on that, note,
it's over.
it's over, John.
Go find yourself a reputable, high-priced assassin,
Yes.
and keep your guns out of the river,
Yep.
because we don't need Johnny Magnet coming and ruining your day.
Yeah, because he's a prick.
It becomes the whole ball of wax.
Right.
It just rolls right downhill.
Done.
All right. So.
And if we do release this, Merry Christmas to everybody.
That's right. And everything is alleged.
Yeah.
Everything's alleged.
See you.